Okay. Hey guys, how are we doing? Hope you're good. So I am just going to go through a 12-week plan, why to create a 12-week plan, how to go about doing it, okay, and the considerations to putting together this 12-week plan. Then I'm going to flip the board over and give you an example of reverse engineering the 12-week plan and some things for you to consider. And I'm only using one pillar, but you will get the kind of idea about how the reverse engineering process works for the other pillars that are going on. All right, so let me just kind of explain. Now, why a 12-week plan? Now, I like to work to 12 weeks because it's a good amount of time to be able to achieve some solid goals, some solid achievement, to be able to instill new routines, new habits, new way of living, and to kind of develop a lifestyle. It's just a great amount of time. If you think about a business year, we break it down into quarters. So there's 4 different quarters. And I think it's a real nice milestone to be able to aim for. And it's a brand new landmark. Now, for many guys who maybe finish a program, so we've got a lot of guys who are just finishing a 28-day fundamentals program. That's the end of a landmark. Now, if we don't set these goals and we don't put them into place, one of the problems that we're going to face is that we don't have a landmark, we don't have a reference point where we're going to, where we need to go next. It just becomes a little bit of, and you might be able to relate to this if you've done a marathon or a half marathon, or you've done an OCR race, or maybe you've been on show on a stage, and you build up all of this momentum, reaching this landmark or this reference point, you complete it, and then you suddenly have the blues and you're a little bit lost about what's going to happen next. And that's just because we haven't set the next landmark. Okay, you can call it landmark, you can call it a goal, you can call it a reference point, whatever you want to do. So it's important here to have a landmark. It's going to give you focus. Now, if we don't have a landmark or a goal, we don't tend to have a lot of inspiration or motivation to get up and go. So I hear a lot of people saying, I'm just not motivated, I'm just not driven, I just can't be bothered, I'm feeling lazy. And quite often that is because there is no landmark in place, there's nothing to aim to, right? So we're just kind of fucking lost somewhere in space and kind of walking around like a zombie waiting for something to happen for us. So by having this 12-week goal and having this landmark, it gives us focus. We suddenly go from being having very little clarity to then having plenty of clarity and control to aim in a direction that we're heading. It helps us to be consistent. Now, the mission statement for the Dad's Coach is to strive consistently forwards with success, with control and clarity. And the key words there are consistency, control and clarity. Now, if you have focus, if you have somewhere where that you're heading towards for a good amount of time, it's going to help you become more consistent. Now, a lot of people are always looking, as you well know, for the quick fix. You know, I want quick, instant results. When actually you are achieving lots of little results. All right, but everybody wants the big win. But you can have lots of little 1%ers, a lot of little 1% small wins. And that is consistency. That's like showing up for your morning routine, showing up for your review at the end of the day, the things that you're grateful for at the end of the day, showing up and doing your workout, listening to your meditation, listening to a podcast, getting to work on time, lots of small breakthroughs. So this helps you to be more consistent in those areas, because you need to be consistent in your habits, your routines, the structure, the flow of your life and the change of your lifestyle, because you're focused, because you're trying to reach a landmark and you've got a good amount of time. It also gives you control of your time and your energy. Now, your time and your energy for me is your most valuable asset, not the money in your bank. We don't have an awful lot of time. And as we get older, we don't have as much energy to be able to focus our efforts everywhere. So we don't want a lot of half cups, half full, right? We want to be focused on the things that we can manage, the things that we want to prioritize, so we can put all of our time and energy into that. And that's why having that 12-week plan, that landmark, allows you to focus all your time and energy on the things that you want to be more specific about, rather than just trying to cope with the chaos of life. It gives you clarity on your direction. Okay, it gives you clarity on your direction. It gives you that nice warm feeling, that confidence that you're heading somewhere, that you're achieving, that you're growing, that you're becoming a much better version of yourself, that you're striving for consistent greatness, consistent success in your life, in your business, in your relationships. All right. So that's kind of like the reason why we want that 12-week plan. So how do we go about it? So we use 4 pillars, and these are the 4 pillars that I build basically the Dad's Coach on, and it kind of gives us that work-life balance. So it's health, business, personal development, and relationships. So they're the 4 areas, all right, that we're going to focus on to build our 12-week plan. Going to focus just on one focus for each of those categories, for each of those pillars. So one main health goal, one business goal, one personal development goal, one relationship goal. The number one focus, the number one thing you want to be gold at, the number one thing you want to have achieved over the 12 weeks that is going to upscale the way that you are thinking about your life, your surroundings, your environment, your business, your career. All right, what's that one thing that you want to put all your effort, or your time, your energy, your consistency and your clarity towards? The direction. That's where we're heading. Also have a secondary. All right, it's good to have a secondary underneath. So if we're smashing our number one focus and we're on it, then let's look at that secondary and let's bring that in as well. All right, it's not as important, but that number one focus is important. Okay, then we were going to reverse engineer this into a 30-day checkpoints. All right, so this is where all my years of Blue Peter come in, being planned. Here's one I made earlier. Make sure I don't knock anything off. So I'm going to use this example purely for health. Okay, I could do it for business and relationships and everything, but I think you get the picture after this. So here's you, day 0. There's you, day not after 90 days. All right, 12 weeks. You want to lose 28 pounds. So we're looking at 2 stone, realistically. If you break that then down into 28 divided by 12, it kind of gives us 2.33 pounds. So we're looking at around 2.3 pounds a week to lose. So what we can do is that we reverse engineer this coming back. And now we have checkpoints. We have a 30-day checkpoint, we have a 60-day checkpoint, and those checkpoints are the things, all right, that are going to make sure that we're staying in line with our 12-week goal. Okay, we check in, how am I getting on? Have I lost my 9.5 pounds? Good, yes, I'm on track. Have I lost my 19 pounds after 60 days? And am I on target for my 28 days? All right, so that's a great way to engineer it. It could be for business, you could be for your business, you want to earn so much money, you want to bring in new staff, you want new systems, whatever it's going to be. All right, so some things here to consider when we're reverse engineering. All right, so the plan. You need a training plan, time to train. You need to improve your personal management. We need accountability, so you're going to have to hire help, hire a coach to help you get to that stage, to help you get here, educate you, keep you on track, bollock you when you're not doing it. You're going to have to implement new routines. You're going to have positive influences and attitudes. Know how to be resilient, so when things get tough, how do we get out of that spot and how do we get on? Okay, we need to manage and develop mental and emotional well-being so that we're not eating, all right, as a coping mechanism, that we've had a bad day, we don't let everything get on top of us, we become more resilient. And they're all the small consistencies that I talk about, the small 1%ers. It's not just a case of working out and eating well, it's a case of bringing the whole part of your life up and controlling all of your surroundings, all right? And this is what I try to say to a lot of people who try to lose weight and want to look good. And they're like, I'm just not motivated, I'm just not into it, you know, I just can't get focused. And that's because the rest of their life is chaos. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Right, considerations. Does it challenge you? Does your 12-week focus challenge you to be better? Does it get the fire going in the morning? Okay, and is it realistic for your lifestyle and who you are? I'd always say 10x those goals and that vision, but make it realistic. All right, guys. So there's your why, how, considerations, and reverse engineering to go away, plan for 12 weeks, give yourself some focus, give yourself some motivation, give yourself an opportunity to be able to strive for consistent success, guys, in your life and in your business. All right, with that control and that clarity to be the person you want to be. All right, have a good day. Catch you soon.